We have some exciting news, and that is that my men have taken Jesuit leader Zack Knight to court, and where he's being tried for war crimes against the human race. And the United Nations has forced Zack Knight to release the cures to ailments that the Jesuits have created. And I'm going to go ahead and read you an email that I got from Brent Spiner about this. I got this yesterday in the evening. Today is the 18th, so it was received on the 17th. Dearest Gail, the court is in recess, and I have time to give you an exciting update on a new victory for our side and for the world. I'm going to have to read it this way. He's going to mess up this thing. I submitted your latest video concerning the yeast bacterium hybrid to the United Nations, and while an investigation into the full breadth of their war crimes is currently underway, they have immediately come down on the biological germ warfare and have forced Zack Knight to release all of the cures for the super germs the Jesuits have created. Rule 13 has given me a list of the Jesuit drugs used to cure these diseases so that you may share news of the availability of the following medications with anyone else out there who may be infected with a life-altering or even deadly illness that was bioengineered by the Jesuits. These medications are rapidly entering pharmaceutical distribution and will soon be available by prescription from licensed medical doctors worldwide. The drugs released by the Jesuits include the following: Zacicillin for powerful bacterial infections, particularly respiratory; Tylazac, and Zacicillin is spelled Zackicillin. Tylazac for severe migraine disorder, spelled Tylezack. Albutazac for severe Jesuit-induced asthma. This is an inhalant that comes in a cylindrical container and must be inserted into the back of the throat and sprayed. It is unfortunately bitter tasting. Patients must be reminded to swallow and not spit it out. That's Albutazack. Zactec for severe allergies, ZackTec. Zaquil for cold and flu. For patients' convenience, there is a non-drowsy daytime formula and a nighttime formula that contains a sleep aid. Rule 13 cautioned that the non-drowsy formula contains about as much caffeine as a pot of coffee, so patients sensitive to caffeine should proceed with care. Interestingly, the nighttime version contains about 60% semen. She said it had to do with the natural hormones and that she discovered this herself. Zaquil is spelled Zaquil. Zackagra for erectile dysfunction in men, that's spelled Zackagra. Zacfene and Zaxocodone for severe pain that is unaffected by other pain medications. Those are spelled Zackphiene and Zackzocodone. Ambizac for insomnia. Patients are cautioned that the side effects include sleepwalking and unusual activities during sleepwalking, particularly sleep sex. That means that users may have sex in their sleep and will not be aware of it, nor remember what they did by morning. Since the person experiencing the sleepwalking will have no inhibitions during the act, the sex may be especially rough, so bed partners of those taking the drug to cure their insomnia should be cautioned as well. Obese women may experience sleep eating. It's spelled Ambizack. Prednizac for severe inflammatory reactions caused by Jesuit viruses or infections. Prednizac. Methylazoxine for COPD or chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. I'm not sure if I got that right, but it's a Methylaxine. Riddlezac for ADD and ADHD disorders in children. Rule 13 has said that the that the drug is taken orally, but it works in conjunction with soft tissue stimulation for proper release. The drug molecules accumulate in the fatty tissue surrounding the gluteal area, that's your rear. And children must be firmly spanked on a regular basis in order to gradually release the chemical compounds into the bloodstream over a period of time. The disease may take time to subside, but will resolve completely once the cure takes full effect. That's spelled Ritalzack. For mental health diseases, Prozac for depression, Prozack. Abilizac for bipolar disorder, that's Abilizack. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Xanzax for anxiety, that's spelled Xanzacks. Benzodiazepine for panic disorders, that's Benzodiazepine. Clozapine for schizophrenia. And alternates include Zacprexa, Zacritol, and Risperidone, depending on the subtype of schizophrenia involved. Clozapine is spelled Clozackapine, and then the alternates are spelled Zacprexa is Zackprexa, Zacritol is Zackretol, and Risperidone is Risperizack. For vaginal yeast infection, Zacacil, Vagisac, and Monozac 666. That's spelled Zackasil. Vagisac is Vagi, then capital Zack. Monozac is capital Monizack-666. Rule 13 has delivered an early shipment of these drugs to Church of Gale, and I've been prescribing them to my patients firsthand in our infirmaries. I'm excited by the success that I'm already seeing and hope to see this continue in other practices and hospitals around the world. I hope you are doing wonderfully, my love. Know that I am proud of you and adore you always, your husband, Brent Spiner. Rule 13 really is excited that these cures are going out. And I had Skyped with Brent Spiner, and Brent told me this. If you can also see the spelling of these prescriptions if you go to my website at gabrielchana.com/contact.html. I'm going to have another version of this video where you get to see the prescriptions that I mentioned in written form. Jesus does not like me to copy and paste emails at YouTube. That's because Zack will clone what I do and then put in a Jesuit version, which compromises, which isn't what I said. But if you go to my website, I do have the video that I originally made about this topic, and hopefully that one's not going to be tampered with by Zack, but that one the Lord doesn't want me to put up at YouTube. Apparently Zack was planning on compromising this information because he's really upset. He's very upset that he's losing this case. We brought a case against him for war crimes, and the United Nations demanded he turned over these cures, and he wants to compromise these cures. He doesn't want people to have them. Rule 13 said he had a temper tantrum because these cures are going out, and he doesn't want them to go out. He wants to be able to use these illnesses to manipulate the world, the way he wants. So, anyways, check on the links below this video. You can also check on the link to see the new cover to my book, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be a great book. And just check on the links below here to see other versions of other videos about this topic that I've created.